Welcome back. It's easy to feel overwhelmed during the holidays, but little things can change your outlook. Here to explain is therapist and dating coach Krystal Shipps. So, Krystal, thank you for coming on First Step. But what are some ways that we can actually incorporate self-care in what can often be a busy holiday season?
I think you have to really be intentional about what you do during the day. Instead of slaving away for 3 hours to make treats for your kids' party, it's okay to go to the store and grab some cupcakes.
So you're telling me it's okay to not have the perfect Pinterest-worthy cupcake?
Absolutely, absolutely, yes.
Okay, so I like to think of that as sometimes working smarter and not harder. And I know that, that can be difficult because lots of times you are comparing yourself to other people.
Absolutely. The expectations of Instagram and Pinterest and keeping up with your neighbors, it'll wear you out.
Okay, and when we think about self-care, sometimes we're gonna get this image of like a bubble bath, something like that. What are some other ways that we could even do that just first thing in the morning?
Waking up 15 minutes earlier so you're not as rushed.
That makes a huge difference.
Yeah, helping your kids get their stuff, their lunches packed the night before, things like that is good for yourself.
And then do you ever recommend any type of meditation or deep breathing? Because I've talked with a lot of people who say it makes a difference. I can't say that I've actually exercised this, but
Sure.
Should I give it a try?
Absolutely. Any kind of app, there's a lot of great ones out there. I use Stop, Breathe, and Think. It has breathing exercises and little short meditations that you can even do in your car before you go into work, just 5 to 8 minute apps.
Okay, and then what if we start to feel overwhelmed with certain social activities?
I'm giving you permission slip to say no. Pick one or two things that you really want to do with your family and then say no to the rest. You don't have to hit up every open house or every Christmas gathering. So.
Okay, and then how can we actually make this time of year very special if maybe it has been a more difficult year for family members, illnesses, things like that do come up?
Sure. I think the most important thing to remember is that the holidays are about connecting with those we love. It's not necessarily about how many presents are under the tree, especially if there's been a job loss. I've had friends who have had like a death of a parent or a divorce. It's just also important to talk about it and talk about expectations, because if you're connecting, it doesn't always just have to look like last year. You can make new traditions. So.
Okay, so you mentioned talking about it. Does that mean if someone in your family member, for instance, maybe their spouse isn't going to be around this holiday season, how would you approach that conversation of what should our holidays look like now?
Sure. I think a lot of times when there's grief, we try not to talk about it. We think we're going to upset the other person, but I think...
And it's kind of, it can be challenging to bring up and bring up the right way.
But if it was a loved one that was lost, they want to talk about them. They want to remember the memories. So it's okay to do that, and it's actually encouraged. So.
Okay. And is there a certain way that you would go about that? Just bringing it up gently or engaging to see how they feel?
Yeah, pictures, music. If your loved one liked a certain song or a certain snack, maybe go ahead and make that still, just like they were still there.
Okay, and then how can we actually keep our expectations in check this holiday season? Because you've brought that up a couple times, and I think it's easy for us to fall into that.
Absolutely. You know, when you look at the Instagram pictures of the families and everyone's got their matching outfit, just know that behind the scenes, they may have been arguing right before that, or it's never really...
So the picture doesn't always tell the full story?
It doesn't always tell the backstory, no.
Okay.
So.
Okay, and then what about this time of year, right? We are baking, we are decorating, we're wrapping presents. How do we sort of maybe take a break from some of that when it's needed?
Sure. Put in a good Christmas movie, put on some Christmas music, and have a dance party at home, and
I love that.
Something like that.
Anything that you can do to dance it out or bring Elf into the scene, there's always some good holiday humor to do that.
Yes.
Do you have any last minute or last recommendations for tips to really take care of yourself this holiday season?
I do. If there's still a couple of weeks before Christmas, if you feel like seeing a therapist, kind of work out some of these issues maybe before going home for the holidays, reach out to someone.
Okay.
So.
Well, thank you so much, Krystal.
You're
I'm
welcome.
definitely going to use some of those ideas, including saying no occasionally.
Absolutely. Thank you.